Hey, everybody. Dr. Drustin here. With another video, another little chit chat, a little this, that. Today I'm going to be talking about 2025 in review. And to do that, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of skate gameplay over what I'm doing and saying and talking about and everything like that. But yeah, we're going to be covering today basically my 2025 in review. Was a pretty big year for me, and lots of new things, lots of old things, lots of this, lots of that, and just kind of wanted to give my review on a couple of different things here of 2025. One of the first ones being wanted to review or give you my top 10 in terms of top 10 games that I played in 2025. Before I tell you that, I'm going to preference that a lot of my top games of 2025, I think only like one of them actually came out in 2025. Specifically this year, I got really into like emulators and emulation and stuff like that. So this year I played a lot of like GameCube games and Dreamcast games and PSP games and all types of manner of games like that and stuff like that. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to preference that by saying that a lot of the games on my 2025 are going to be, you know, uh, old games, like pretty old actually. But yeah, let me start off with number 10 here is a Nintendo Switch game actually. It's a Nintendo Switch game I got with my Nintendo Switch, and it is Mario and Luigi Brothership. It's basically a shoe off of like the Game Boy Advance games of Mario and Luigi Brothership and Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Castle and those kind of things, where it's basically like a turn-based like RPG, which sounds kind of lame because it is. It's a pretty, slow and like talkative and story-driven game, and not really my cup of tea for the most part. But simplistically, just the fact that it's on my Nintendo Switch and the game looks amazing. If you've ever seen the gameplay of the game, it looks absolutely like stellar. It's so pretty of a game. So just that alone, like I put a couple hours into just playing and figuring out the story and all of that stuff because yeah, that game was really fun and like pretty and a nice like relaxing thing to just sit outside and like play on my Switch and everything like that. And yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 here is a game that I'm playing a lot on my phone. I've played it like all year. Is it's a fruit match game. I think you guys have seen them before. I don't really know the actual name for them, but it's the game where you're dropping fruit from above, and the peach and the peach together make a watermelon, and then you got to put a watermelon to the watermelon, make a bigger watermelon, and stuff like that. I don't really know how to further explain it more because it's kind of like it's pretty like an eclectic thing to me that I don't really like talk about or like put effort into thinking about when I play it or whatever. But yeah, there were a few times at the beginning of 2025 when I was sick and I just laid in bed just playing that fruit matching game for hours and hours, like non-stop playing it. It was so much fun to me, trying to beat my like high score and everything like that. Really love that game. And yeah, that's number 9, little quick one. Number 8 is a different one. It is My Beautiful Katamari. I played most Katamari games. With this Katamari game, I had actually never played it or heard about it before. Beginning of 2025, I got myself a Xbox, and in doing that, I didn't know that there was a specific Katamari title that had come out just for the Xbox. I didn't know that. The Xbox 360 specifically. And, because Microsoft is kind of cool and, backwards compatibility titles and everything like that, I was able to buy this Xbox 360 title of Katamari, My Beautiful Katamari to be exact, and play the crap out of it. I just absolutely fell in love all over again with Katamari. I love Katamari as much as I do, but it was so cool to like not have known of that game and not to have seen anything of it and to get to play it and experience it for the first time was like really special to me and very exciting. And I was very happy that I got to do that. And yeah, that's really it with katamari, because there's not much that I could say, because the whole video would just sideline into just me fangirling over how much I love katamari. You guys know the gameplay. I know the gameplay. You know, roll up a ball and get bigger and bigger until you're big enough to roll up the whole universe. And yeah, just an awesome game. That was number 8. Number 7 here is going to be a GameCube title. This is about when I started getting into GameCube games, and I was actually streaming them pretty often, actually, and really enjoying myself playing them. I stopped recently just because I was having issues with emulators and like connections and everything like that, but I might do it again. My number 7 pick right here is Mario Kart Double Dash. Yeah, pretty old school for the GameCube. Played it and didn't really think anything of it when I first played it, but it was just the most comical thing of then being at work, and I was thinking about like, oh, what am I going to play when I get home? And I kept thinking about Mario Kart Double Dash. Like, oh crap, I think I want to go home and play Mario Kart Double Dash like a son of a gun. And sure enough, I would go home and play the crap out of it, and it was super fun. I'd never really done that with a Mario Kart game, especially by myself. You get me to like unlock the tracks and, you know, get the secret little character. I think the secret character in the game was like Yoshi and Nurble, or I can't remember, but yeah, it was really exciting to get those things and to do that and play that kind of stuff. Even more so with playing GameCube games, any sort of GameCube game, any retro game. It's so refreshing to get on a game and they're not like, hey, can you give us $5 for something like this, or like, hey, this or that. It's so comical to get on a game. I'm like, oh, they just want me to play the game. Like, there's no like, hey, could you spend some money here or whatever? Like, they're not doing that stuff yet in video games. And so that was also why it was pretty refreshing to go back and play, you know, GameCube games like Mario Kart Double Dash and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's number 7 right there. Number 6 is a game that comes up quite often for me. It's kind of like a every other year thing. It becomes a thing usually during like December for me. But Red Dead Online. I know with Red Dead Online, that game, I say this with absolute due respect, but there's really no more boring game than that game. It's really, you have to make your own path, and there's not much they're gonna give you in terms to help you make a path and do stuff and everything like that. You get me? And you got to really find your own way and figure out how you're gonna play the game and figure out how you want to be a cowboy or a cowgirl or whatever. It's fun, but gosh, that game blows me away. But yeah, it just comes around where I kind of just like, I don't like even like think about it, and I'm just playing the crap out of Red Dead Online, and you know, I just listen to my music and I don't really think, and I don't really put effort into playing. I'm just like going with the flow and this and that. Had a lot of fun streaming it at the beginning of the year, and then like kind of took a break, and then, you know, streamed it a little bit for like Christmas, because they always do stuff for Christmas that I don't know why has kind of become like and for me become like a Christmas tradition to like every Christmas, you know, I have those, you know, a couple days off extra from work or whatever, and I'm like, ooh, I want to play some Red Dead Online, and it's all snowy and this and that. I don't know why, but yeah, it's kind of become a tradition in my household for me to play that and everything like that. And yeah, that's my number 6 right there. Number 5, we're going back to the GameCube, and gonna give you one that I've never played before, never really heard of before. I've heard of the characters and everything like that, but I've never played it before. And oh man, I kind of wish I'd never played it, because the fact that it's the last of its kind and that it will never have another thing like it is kind of sad. Which is I played the crap out of F-Zero GX. F-Zero GX is the like racing game, futuristic racing game for the GameCube with you know, Captain Falcon and all that kind of stuff. And wow, the first time I played it, like literally like jaw on the floor, just like holy moly, like they were pulling these graphics on the GameCube and they're making it look this good, and like, oh my goodness. And it's just such a fun game, so addicting that like literally had to like put it down and not like burn myself out with it, you get me, and play it too much and then not like it or something. So yeah, I played it for like a week or two and I stopped playing it, and I played like for like a couple days and I'd stop playing it, and then like I just did that over and over, man, to where like that game I just kind of like viewed as like a part of my repertoire when I think of what I want to play or this or that, because it is just such a fun game. There's not really much more I could say about it other than like go watch some gameplay for that game, because holy crap is it amazing. F-Zero GX. And yeah, that was that one. That's number 5. Number 4, I kind of have to like scrub number 4, this or that. I play a lot of racing games. The racing game that I was playing most of in 2025 was Forza Motorsports. I had some issues with Forza Motorsports and like due to connectivity and just overall gameplay. There were issues that I had with it. So for Christmas this year, I took the leap and got myself a PS5 and a copy of Gran Turismo 7. So I think instead of number 5 being Forza Motorsports, I'm gonna make it Gran Turismo 7, because I got it on literally Christmas Day. I bought myself Gran Turismo, and just the couple weeks I've been playing of it, and this and that, a couple hours that I've already put in the game, it's just top tier to Forza Motorsports. There's really no comparison, in my opinion, to Forza Motorsports between Gran Turismo 7 and that game, because holy moly is that game just top tier, and you can't really get any better than that. I've already started making content with Gran Turismo 7. That's how much I like the game. You get me? If I really like a game, I will want to show people the game and make content with it, and I just adore making content with Gran Turismo 7. A lot of it comes from, kind of like a side note, a lot of it comes from, there's a YouTuber that I very much like. His name is Super GT. Watch the crap out of him. And it's really funny to watch all of his Gran Turismo content. And then I gotta go play Forza, you get me? It's like, gosh, this game isn't what I want, you get me? And now I get to watch his content and then go play Gran Turismo or go make content like he's making content, because I really do like his content. It's fun type of stuff to make and everything like that. So yeah, just a little side note I want to throw out there about Gran Turismo, how much I enjoy that game and everything like that. And yeah, that's number 4. And number 3 here, going back old school again, which is for the GameCube, the original Pikmin. I had seen Pikmin before. I think maybe I had played like a demo at like a Target or something like that when I was like a kid, and it always seemed really cool to me. But for some reason, just one of those games that like, I was like, oh, I can't play it, or I wouldn't play it, or I don't know, you get me? But this year, I kind of took a lot of things like that and was just like, I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm just going to play it. Even if I don't like it, or even if I've never tried it, or whatever, I'm just going to try it. And Pikmin was one of those ones that I tried that I was just like, holy crap, why did I deny myself this game for years? Because the charm of it and the vibe of it and the aspect of it and everything is just like, yes, like that's what a video game is supposed to be, and that's how they're supposed to feel, and that's what they're supposed to do and make you think of and all that stuff, man. Like, I can only really compare experience to Katamari, as in, playing Katamari for the first time and being like, oh, like, this is what a game is supposed to be, and, like, artistically and this and that. Pikmin has that same exact feel where you're like, oh, they're knocking this out the park with this. Like, they know exactly what they're doing in terms of game design and music design and UI, and everything is so picturesque with the game and stuff, and I really love that about Pikmin. And played quite a bit of it. Played quite a bit of it on stream. Played quite a bit of it off stream. But yeah, was just very enjoying Pikmin all throughout the year, and had a lot of time playing it. And oh my gosh, it's such a fun game. I really can't suggest it more. And real cozy kind of game. And yeah, that's my number 3. And to top 2. Number 2 is kind of a weird one. But if you go back on my channel and look at like the beginning of this year, you'll see, which is number 2. I kind of became addicted to it and fell in love with it on all this stuff, which is Virtua Tennis 2. Virtua Tennis 2 for the Dreamcast, actually. The Sega Dreamcast. And I played, oh my goodness, I can't really count how many hours I played this game and trying to get good at it and trying to master it and everything. And there's a certain je ne sais quoi, as they would say, with tennis games, which is like tennis games, they have to have the feel that's like they're a little realistic, but a little arcadey, just a little in between that it's a fun play. You get me? You're not playing something that feels clunky, you're not playing something that feels too fast or anything like that. You get me? You're just playing a tennis game and it feels very good and responsive, and Virtua Tennis immediately does that. It immediately goes like, oh, here you go. Here's all the responsiveness of the controls and the lob and the slice and the cut and all the stuff, you get me, and it gets so intense. And they have, this kind of like career mode that they do that's like you start up as a tennis amateur and you work your way through it, and it's just so me. If you know me, it's exactly up my alley. Even more so for the game to be quite older. All of the tennis stars are tennis stars that I know. The Venus sisters and the Serena sisters, I mean, and Rafael Nadal and Federer and Djokovic and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, I know all of these tennis guys. If it would be like a 2025 tennis game, I probably wouldn't know a crap ton of them. You get me? But I know all of these guys. These are the icons when I grew up. You get me, watching tennis and everything like that. I didn't watch it that much, but watched it a little bit. And yeah, the music to the thing, like just that alone, I would suggest to listen to is like the Virtua Tennis 2, like music. Like, I don't know why they're going so hard on the freaking menu music and just slamming, man, just going crazy on the keys, and even just the loading menu music. Like, everything is just amazing in that game. Just 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Like, one of my favorite gaming experiences of 2025. And yeah, without further ado, and I think you guys know what's coming, my top game of 2025 has to be Skate, which is what I am playing right here, right now. Reason being, and I'm going to get it's going to be kind of like not about the game for a second, but I'm going to get like a little philosophical here. I have a huge and like big, strong spiritual connection, like nostalgic connection to Skate 3. That was just a game that was like of my childhood. It was like of my older brother. It was of my friends. It was just like everything was Skate 3 for a minute there. It felt like during my, teenage years. I think kind of like 13 to 12, like, man, this game was just so huge. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was playing it. And I remember literally getting in Skate 3 for my birthday, which was a game that had already been out for a few years, but I didn't have it at the time, and I couldn't afford it, and then I did good in school, and my dad bought it for me for my birthday, and I just remember just being like, oh my god, I got Skate, like I don't have to go to my friend's house to play it anymore, and just like being so excited to play the new Skate 3. And not to say that I played the Skate 3 for 15 years or anything like that, but yeah, I played it quite a long time. I introduced quite a few people to it, as in like, friends and girlfriends and this and that. Just anybody that ever had like interesting in video games or like skateboarding in front of me, I would always be like, hey, you should try this game. And 9 times out of 10, they liked it and would play it or talk to me about it or anything like that, you get me? Because that's just how much Skate 3 is awesome. It's just an awesome game like that. So when I started to hear that they were going to be making, a new Skate game, and especially like the way that it was coming about, which was, the YouTubers were kind of pulling the game back into the forefront, and I was right there with it and watching it and all that stuff, just being like, oh my goodness, is this going to happen? Are we going to actually get another game? And this and that. And sure enough, it came out, and bada bing, bada boom, we're here. And basically told myself that there was nothing that this game was going to do that was going to make me not play the living crap out of it. And at first, which was, I was a Skate insider, I was playing the game quite a few months before the early access like came out, and it is what it is now, where everybody is playing it. The game was dog shit. The game did not play. The game, it was literally unplayable, and it was like, oh shit, like, is this it? Like, is this the game? Like, are we gonna allow it to just be this poo-poo kachoo and we're done with it? But slowly but surely, it started to, get its updates and get its tweaking and find its groove, and we're at where we're at now, where I think the game is running in a very cool and calm and respectable manner. You get me? It's not crashing. It's got its issues here and there, and it's got its frame rates, and it's got its skipping, and it's got all of that kind of stuff. You get me? But we're still at where we're at, which is early access. You get me? And not to get too rant about it, but one thing I can tell you, which is like, the game might not last. It might this or that, but one thing I can say is that people are spending lots of gosh darn money on this game. And it's kind of crazy to see. I have certain people that I hang out with or skate with that I'm like, man, this guy's got hundreds of dollars worth of skate equipment. You get me? And I hope EA is using that money wisely, because, like, I would like to see new things in the game and new this and that. But yeah, as simple as, I really do think of this game as an update to Skate 3, especially with now where the controls are getting to. They're starting to really feel as responsive and as, perfect as the Skate 3 controls did. That I really do hope that this game has a long life, and I hope that it's got longevity, and I hope that it's got, a place in the sun with all these other, free-to-play live service games that just exist and continue to exist forever and ever and ever and ever. You get me? Like, I really hope to see that with this game, because for me, playing Skate 3 for 15 years, I just look at this as a map update, and oh boy, I finally got some new DLC for Skate 3 after 15 years, and I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that I'm not going to sit here and not play the living crap out of it. And I can't not be excited when they show new places to skate and new tricks being added and new this and that, you get me, and all that stuff, you get me. I can't not be positive about that stuff. I don't want to be a negative person when it comes to these kind of things. I don't want to be regurgitating the same online opinion of, I don't like this game and I don't this or that, because I do like the game. I do have fun with it, and I do like making content with it. I do love so many of the damn people that I've met through this game, man. It's super my personality with skateboarding. That's my personality. I love to skate, love to this, love to that. And then, hey, I'm meeting other people that like to do it and this and that. It's just, I could not ask for anything better. You get me? Like, I could ask for a better, dev team. I could ask for that, but hey, you get what you get. But the fact that it's 2026 and I'm here making skateboarding content with people online and that I've met and I'm friends with and all that stuff, I that's just so cool to me. That's something I kind of like dreamed about as a kid, playing Skate 3 and seeing people make content. Like, oh, I wish I could make videos about Skate 3 and have friends that played Skate 3 and make videos with them and this and that. And now I do, and it's just such a fun, cool, awesome experience and everything like that. And yeah, those are my top games, top 10 games of 2025. And that was like basically, the first little thing that I wanted to talk about of 2025. And the second thing I wanted to talk about here, this one's a little random one, you can skip past this one if you want. I wanted to talk about music in 2025, specifically kind of like not like my Spotify Wrapped, but basically like what I've listened to the most of this year and like what like piqued my interest and what became like eclectic to me. And yeah, a lot of like new and interesting music this year, but obviously what I'm gonna be like suggesting and like showing off and everything like that is mostly older music and stuff, just because that's who I am. But yeah, one of the big ones for me this year was a lot of George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic, just like any of his albums, any of his stuff, anything that was like him on it and it's in his form or whatever, like I just listened to the crap out of, and kind of funny to like look back on and be like, oh crap, it's just he just has a calming and relaxing vibe to his music that I could just have on at all times. You get me, whether I'm sad or happy or glad or whatever, you get me. And specifically, my most listened to album of the year was George Clinton's TAPOAFOM album, which translates to The Awesome Power of a Fully Operational Mothership, as in, Parliament Funkadelic, the Mothership Connection. You guys know, obviously. But yeah, that was just like a big album for me this year. Like every song just became like a repeated song, which is funny because I've heard the album before, and I've listened to the album before. It's not like it's something that I've not heard, you get me? But yeah, I just fell absolutely head over heels in love with that album. Another big album for me. This is a big album for me. Most like times, like I found this album a couple years ago, but the album just like comes up, which is like I start to feel a certain type of sad or like depressed or whatever, and then it's like this album right here is gonna get me out of the funk. From beginning to end, I put the album on, and by the end of the album, I'll be out of the funk, I'll be grooving, I'll be moving, I'll be happy, something. And that album is Jamiroquai's A Funk Odyssey. It's one of my favorite albums of like all times. But yeah, just if you see the album cover of it, it's just like amazing, and there's nothing like it. And the music on it, it's very like what you would expect like it to look like, but even more so like futuristic. And yeah, just can't really get enough of that album. That's one of my top tier like albums and everything like that. Yeah, it's a older one, but yeah, always love that album. And just kind of like a just a more like bigger like shout out. One of my most like listened to artists. I wouldn't like really. I think maybe his GNX album I probably listened to more of, but Kendrick Lamar. I've listened to nonstop this year. Just like all of the stuff that he was releasing this year, obviously, but even more so like some of his older stuff. I've always loved Kendrick Lamar. I've always loved his older institutionalized and To Pimp a Butterfly, that kind of stuff. But yeah, his stuff this year was just top tier music in my opinion, and could not get any better. And wow, like so amazing that we get to live with an artist like that at this time. Like not to toot his horn too much, but like that's just so cool that we get to have music like that going on and stuff like that. And man, another big shout out would have to be to Clips. Clips is Pusha T and Malice, and they're brothers and make music together. Blah, 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 blah. Clips is, if not, I think one of the best rap duos of all time. Like rap groups, duos, whatever you want it to be, but yeah, like I don't think there's any better than freaking Clips, dude. Because holy crap, are they amazing, man? They do stuff that still blows me away, and they're making music this year, 2025, that was amazing and like mind-blowing. It's getting all types of views and traction. I'm like, that's good, man, because they deserve every bit of fame and fortune and all that stuff, dude, because gosh, they're some of the best. One of their big albums for me was Lord Wyland this year. That album to me was just like so fucking good, and just absolutely slam jam banger and everything like that. Big album for me that year. Another big artist for me this year, same like along the same lines as those two, Kendrick Lamar and Clips, would have to be Action Bronson. Came out with quite a few new songs and new music this year that was pretty good in my opinion. And he had a new album this year called Johann Sebastian Bach, and very like jazz, rap, everything that you could think of with him. Like that was the album, kind of like a perfect assimilation of all of this shit into one album, because it's top tier shit right there. A couple other little ones I'll give a little shout out to, as in like kind of like little artists, little songs. Childish Gambino's one that I always, have a lot on quite a bit, and he released quite a bit of stuff this year. A lot of features that I thought were just amazing. Another one would be Erykah Badu and The Alchemist. They had a song this year, a single that I just absolutely loved and fell like head over heels with. Like, could not get enough of that song. And that song was can't remember the song of it. I'll put it in the description. But yeah, some other ones would be Metro Boomin, Playboy Cardi's new album. I actually liked. I didn't like that people didn't like it as much as I did. I like that Playboy Cardi album. And now to give you my top artist of 2025. I found this artist at the beginning of 2025 with a specific song, literally like January of 2025, and then just that was it. He was my number one artist from then on out, and kind of just could not stop listening to him. I don't know why. I've heard him before, but he never really like clicked with me. That artist would be George Michaels. George Michaels of Wham fame and everything like that. Yeah, I know, a little sussy, but specifically with him, and what I felt like head over heels with was, he did music, from the 80s and then on, but he had this type of music that he was making in the 2000s, like the early, like late 90s and early 2000s, as in like it was the start of a new millennium, and everyone thought like the future was here. Like it was here, and the flying cars were gonna show up, and the robots, and the this and the that. You get me? Like, it's here, and all that stuff. And he kind of has these music videos and these songs that kind of like lean into that in this way that's like, whoa, it's the future, and whoa, you give me that kind of stuff, even though it's not. It's fucking 2001, like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just something about, especially growing up in that time. You get me, in the early 2000s, like it kind of became like comfort music to me. Be like, oh, like that time and that genre and that style of music and that way of like making music and everything like that. So lost on us. You get me, to think of like futuristic listening and like what would music sound like in 100 years? Whoa, that kind of stuff. But yeah, just absolutely, head over heels. George Michaels, that's my guy, and I love them. Some of the songs that I would suggest for you guys to listen to would be like "Shoot the Dog." That was the one that I like heard first. That I was just like, whoa! Like I'd never really heard a song like that. He's got other ones like "Star People" and "Radio People" and "Outside" and "Go to the City," and they're all these very like 2000s like poppy futuristic hits that I just love, and I can't get enough of. Like. I don't know why, but yeah. And yeah, that's basically my like music, like kind of like review thing, and my like game review thing of 2025. I hope you guys like enjoyed and appreciate, and like and subscribe. And if you don't, I don't really care. I just enjoy making these types of videos and this type of content. And I have another idea for a video like this, but I think I'll just kind of like throw it in here, which is that I love all of you guys. I hope you all know that. I love everybody. I try and be positive. I try and be Mr. Happy and not let like things affect me and everything like that, especially when it comes to doing stuff like this, like YouTube and everything like that. Which is why I leaned away from doing the live streams, because the live streams just became extremely frustrating to try and do and to try and put together and in some way be like entertaining and this and that, to which I was doing the live streams at the beginning of 2025 and I was doing really good with them. I could go for many hours on a live stream, but it finally caught up with me and I just couldn't do it anymore. But in turn with doing that, I met a lot of really fun and cool people. And I just want to kind of like take the time to like, shout all you guys out that I met in 2025 and that I've talked to and that I've got to know or make content with or hang out with or anything. I just want to say that it's so nice to have met you guys and talked to you guys, and I have done anything with you guys, whether it be just a comment on my YouTube page or whatever. It's so nice to have any bit of, community or niceness coming towards my way. It's really holistic for me and that kind of thing. I want to be a nice person and give out positivity, and it's nice when people give me back positivity and everything like that. And I kind of wanted to make a video that was like specifically shouting people out, but to me that's just like kind of weird. So, you know, if you're a cool enough person that you've gotten to this far and you know that I'm talking about you, you know, just know that I love you and you know, you're one of my best and I wish nothing but good things for you, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm a hard person to be sentimental with, but yeah, I really do appreciate and sometimes like blown away by the love that I receive sometimes on my YouTube page or on anything. A video of my dog and someone saying my dog looks cute. Like that's just insane to me that people are nice like that, especially in the face of in 2025 meeting a lot of people who aren't like that, who are, you know, very mean and very despicable and very angry and hateful and everything like that. And then be like, oh, like you're lying about all of this stuff, you know, like you're not that thing that you say you are. Because I really do try and be positive and try and be a happy person. And it's really funny when people see any bit of like, you know, negativity come out of you, like, oh, you're not a happy person, or like, oh, you're not a positive person. It's like, I'm a human being, bro. Like I can't I can't be positive 24/7, man, especially in the face of like overwhelming negativity or heartache or grief or whatever the case, you get me. Certain things that happened to me this year that I kind of just have to go about and not let like fester me or anything like that. One that happened to me this year that was kind of like a normal one. It happens to creators. This is a normal thing. It happens to every creator, I would assume, on YouTube. This has happened at least once, which is that I had like an hour's worth of like YouTube videos and stuff saved up, and then it corrupted and like just fell apart, and like I lost all of that constant effort and time, and like it's hard, you know. It's hard to like, all right, let's just pick it back up and go the next day and keep making the YouTube videos and this and the that, you know. Not like it's like depressing or anything like that. It is, but not in a huge form. But you guys being there and being as positive as you are about my content and as nice as you are and as friendly as you guys are about what I do is really helpful to then, you know, just, who gives a shit, and just go back and make some more content or make some this or make some that, you get me, and everything like that. So yeah, I want to appreciate you guys for hanging out. I want to appreciate you guys for staying around and listening to me ramble and rant and, you know, skate around and everything like that. And genuinely hope you've enjoyed and like, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you share with your friends and all of those things, man. I really do. And if you don't, I don't mind, because this is, at the end of the day, guys, I hope you all know that for me, this is still just a hobby. And it's an outlet for creative juices and flowing and this and that. And as simple as I sometimes I think of these videos and I think of these things that I do as like a painting. And when I paint, at the end of the painting, I feel very satisfied, I feel very happy, and I feel very artistically met. And that's how I feel with YouTube a lot. And it's very nice to have that. It's something on my phone, you get me, that I can do and make and do on my spare time that, hey, I feel artistically satisfied and I feel like I did something with my day, or I feel like I accomplished something with this, or whatever the case may be. I just want to thank you guys so much for being a part of that and being here for that and everything, you know. And I love you guys very much, and I hope you guys have a great 2026. I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon with more content like this, because I'm actually enjoying doing content like this. And yeah, peace out.